Hey, what is going on guys? RvzStealth here, and in today's video, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips for AD carry. If you haven't seen tips for mid lane, top lane, or jungle yet, then you can check those out. I'll leave a link to them in the description below, but let's get into the video. So the first tip is going to be one requested by one of my subscribers, and if I can find his comment, then I'll put it up on screen. I might forget, but it should be there, and it is to basically continue to fight if you're going to die. So if you're playing as AD carry and you're going to die, then don't just keep walking away. Like, do as much damage as you can to whoever is attacking you, because if you know 100% that you're not going to get away, you might as well help your team out and get some damage off on the champion that's going to kill you. So it's just a small little tip, but it's definitely helpful, and it can help you win like team fights if it's pretty close. If you just get that extra little bit of damage off before you die, then it could win you the team fight. My next tip is going to be to make sure you're not engaging with your gap closer unless you're 100% sure that you're not going to die while doing so. I see a lot of players, especially in the lower elos, they just use their gap closers to engage and they just get blown up right away when they do it. So unless you're confident that you're not going to die when doing so, just don't use your gap closer to engage, because you could use it in a lot of situations to save yourself. For example, you might want to save it for a blitz grab or something, and if you use it to engage, then you're not going to have that. My next tip is, if you've won lane and you've taken the enemy's tower, to make sure that you're roaming and taking objectives elsewhere on the map. So if you've won your lane, then roam mid, try to group and take that tower. If you haven't gotten dragon, then group for dragon. Just make sure that you are taking advantage of your lead in lane, and there's really no point in you just staying in lane and continuing to farm up. Go mid, help your team out, because it's going to be a lot easier for you to win games if you're doing that. And a lot of players, especially in the lower elos, they just seem to stay bot lane for like half the game, and they don't even group with their team. So definitely make sure that you're looking to help out your team, and make sure that you're grouping to take towers whenever you win your lane. My next tip is to zone your opponents if you're winning in lane. So if you have an item advantage, or if you have a level advantage and you're playing with a support, say like a Blitzcrank or a Leona or a Thresh, someone that has a good engage ability, then make sure that you're telling them to zone the opponents from CS. And you can also zone the opponents from CS by just moving forward a little bit. If you're 100% confident that they can't all in you and kill you, then you can just move forward and just zone them from CS. So if you are ahead in lane, then make sure you're doing that so the enemy AD carry cannot come back in lane. However, if you are doing that, make sure you've got the river warded, because the jungler is most likely going to try to come down and help his bot lane out, because obviously they're not getting any farms, so the jungler is going to want to help them out and try to kill you. My next tip is, if you get level 2 ahead of your opponent, then make sure that you're going to take advantage of that. Don't just let them sit back and farm. If you're level 2 and they're level 1, then try to make something happen, especially if you're playing with a support like Morgana, Blitzcrank, Thresh, Leona. Their level 2s are so strong, and you want to make sure that if you hit level 2 before your opponents, that you're trying to take advantage of that. And of course, if the enemies hit level 2 before you, then just back off a little bit, because you don't want to get caught in the early game, because it'll set you behind a lot. That is all for the video, guys. If you enjoyed, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you have some other tips that you think are useful for AD carry, then be sure to leave them in the comments below, and I will check them out and I will upvote them if I think they are good. But thanks for watching, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in my next video.